Oh, thought I had more than that. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Late Night Tarot. I don't really have anything I want to read on. Nothing is really hitting my intuition at the moment. However, I did want to look into Trump's health. Okay, everybody's always talking about his health. Okay, I got to see for myself because there's so much lies going around and everything. Oh my goodness. Okay, so anyway, oh, and by the way, since we're on the subject, I am aware of the Epstein files. Okay, and I'm not doing cards on them. Okay, I mean, come on now. I know we're not surprised. Here's my take on it though. My intuition tells me, well, a lot of our intuition told us that whatever they release is going to be BS. Okay, for right now. I don't know about later, but we already know it was BS. It was going to be BS. We just wanted to see how much BS they were going to release. Okay, that's all. We knew it was going to be BS. Okay, and we're not going for it. Number one, Trump. They say many people say that Trump is in the Epstein files. Okay. Now that we know that, we want to see the pictures. We don't want to see those goody two shoe pictures that you guys are trying to throw off. Okay. We don't want to see the blacked out pictures that you guys have obliterated the faces and all that. We want to see the raw footage. We want to see the tapes. We want to see the files. And until we see the files, we going to keep asking to see the files. Okay. Then I'm aware of the speech. Okay. And the speech that he gave, I didn't see the whole speech. I don't even normally listen to the speeches. I wait until everybody else gives their little 2 cents on it, and I listen to them because I really don't want to hear all the BS that he spouts out of his mouth. And yet again, more BS. Okay, now you talking about you didn't came out with some help, Trump care. Okay, now you're gonna call it Trump care. Okay, just like you always do, you steal. Okay, you ain't changed. All he's gonna do is steal Obamacare and put his name on it. That's it. Nothing to see here, folks. Show is over. Okay, so let's look on his health. But I wanna see what cards I'm gonna get on his health. Okay. Um, mm, we could do the messy truth. Okay. Let me go in with Trump's files. Let me see. Is this a old? We got a Mystic Soul Tarot deck. Okay. And let me see what this looks like. Can I use this? Okay. But yeah, I'm aware of all that. I mean, you guys, man, what did they say? Okay, take it with a grain of salt. Okay, yeah, we could use these. Okay, let me smudge them. And then he be saying stuff that don't even he can't even say a whole sentence really that makes sense. Have you noticed that? See, I can't listen to people like that. Okay, and he is not the only one. It's quite a few people. Have you that talks and they don't even complete what they're saying? Okay, well no, I don't know. Okay, and it just doesn't make sense. Or they give you a contradictory sentence. One sentence, they make a statement and debunk it. Okay, in the same sentence. Let me stop. Okay, let me woosah. Okay, I don't think I'm gonna be on here that long. I don't know. But I do appreciate your viewership. I really do. Oh, and by the way, if you guys have any requests, put them in the comment section right here, okay? And I can throw some cards, whatever the quest or whoever the quest may be, request may be about, okay? Other than that, I go to bed. Okay, I do some meditation, some channeling. Okay, relax my nerves. Put me to sleep. Yes. Okay. So yeah, I'm aware of it, but nothing's really been hitting me, um, except for that I'm waiting. I did a read on uh, Oprah and Snoop Dogg. Okay, I want to pay attention to them. Okay, see if it's gonna get hushed up real quick. Because they try to hush it up real quick. What can you tell us about Donald Trump's health? Okay, his physical health and his mental health. How about that? Okay, what can you tell us about that? I'm gonna get in post some, I'm gonna post some videos on some true crime. Okay, it's so much going on. And then there's still those old ones like with Baby Emmanuel, uh, uh, the Sullivan kids, Lily and Jack Sullivan. They haven't been found. There's another one out. Not is it Summer Wells? That's an old one. There's another one out with these kids that are missing. They're really not missing. The parents are reporting them missing so that they can have an alibi, not an excuse or whatever lie they come up with, okay? Because they can't just have you coming to the somebody reporting them missing and you didn't say anything. You see what I'm saying? So they just trying to clean up their story. They know what happened to them kids. They know what happened to them. Yeah. You heard about Kanika Jenkins' mom, okay? About the money that she sued. What did she sue? The hotel, and she got awarded millions of dollars. They settled out of court, okay? She would have probably got more money, okay? But she settled out of court. Now she done ran through all the millions of dollars, and she's broke. Okay, now she talking about they made her sign an NDA and she couldn't tell what happened to Kanika and all. Girl. Mm, yes, okay. I'm like, boy, yeah. So, what do you want us to know about Donald Trump's health? Okay, uh, his mental health seems to be declining more, or it shows more than his physical health. Okay. So, by him not being able to coherently speak a coherent sentence, and then either not finishing the sentence, or usually what he does is he goes off in left field on a sentence. What do you want us to know? Thank you for your answers. Put you down here. So if you have any requests, oh, don't forget to thumbs up the video, okay? Any requests, okay? Type it in the comment section. Okay, Donald Trump's health. At the bottom of this reading is the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, now the Seven of Cups talks about smoke and mirrors, but when it's in reverse, it talks about clarity. Okay, and I think the clarity is that even though they're throwing up smoke and mirrors, okay, we're seeing through the smoke. We're seeing through all that smoke that they're trying to throw up. Okay, what they say, woke. We're woke. We're paying attention. Okay, we have the four swords in reverse. Okay, this right here is my card, especially swords. Okay, are my cards for either surgery or IVs. Okay. So this right here is something about maybe he had some kind of surgery and he's resting from the surgery. We have the hangman. Yeah. So he's just hanging out, chilling, recovering. Okay. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. Okay. So, yeah. So there may be some medicine included with this that's got him feeling like this. Okay. Um, from all this medication, from his little surgery that he had. Okay. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay. So the Nine of Pentacles, that represents in abundance. Okay. So he's got, and Pentacles in health is pills. That's also medication. And it looks like he's taking quite a bit of it. Different medications. Okay. We have the Seven of Wands in reverse. Hmm. So I wonder, did this have to do with his arteries or something? We have the Chariot. We have the King of Cups in reverse. Yeah. He's medicated. He's not, yeah. We have the Page of Cups in reverse as well. Wow, all these cups. And then we have the World. Okay. So, oh, the World, the end, and death. Oh, wow. Now, those are not two good cards to have together. Okay. So, now I know that they've been talking about, they think that he has terminal cancer. Okay, or terminal illness. Put it to you like this. By the way, everything's alleged for your entertainment purposes only. Okay. And with the world card and the death card next to each other, okay, that could be a thing, a reality. Yeah. And they're trying to find a balance, okay, with the medication that he's taking. They are trying to find some kind of balance. Okay. And when I'm saying balance, so that he's not walking around, or, he's not exposed to the public in in a drunk like stupor. Okay. They're trying to balance the medication where, he can at least speak a half a sentence like he's been doing. Okay, there we go with some more cups. Six of Cups in reverse. Yeah. We have the Nine of Wands, okay, in reverse. Yeah. So the Nine of Wands in reverse, okay, he needs some rest. You see, look at her. She's out of breath. Okay, this is in reverse, so she's even worse. She done dropped her stick and everything. Okay. Nine of Swords. Mm. He may be having a real serious problem with sleeping at night. And well, sleeping at night, because of the nightmares or whatever. And I think it's being caused by the medication. Yeah. And we have the Knight of Swords in reverse. Ooh. That is corruption, honey, scandalous, lies, whatever. Okay, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Now that's my big pill right there. The Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, so they trying to, that's the medication, and they're trying to balance it. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, they're working on it. Hard at work. They're working on it. Yeah. Trying to find out, come up with a concoction. That's exactly what they're doing. They're trying to come up with a concoction, okay, they can balance. We have the Three of Swords. Ooh, in reverse. So I believe he might be experiencing some type of pain. So I'm talking physically, okay? Physical pain, exhaustion, whatever. And they're trying to find something to balance all this because he has some serious health problems, more than one. Yeah, three, as a matter of fact, Three of Pentacles. Yeah. And then we have the Magician. So they got all the tricks of the trade. He's got all these doctors, these smart doctors, okay, around, and they're trying to whip up something, okay, to keep this man alive, keep him standing. Wow. Let's see what the messy truth has to say about this, okay? We're just going to draw a few cards. Can you give us some clarification on this medical read for Donald Trump? What do you want us to know about his health, his mental, and his physical health? What do you want us to know? Can you clarify this reading? See if we can get some clarification in just a few cards. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. If you have a request, put it in the comment section, okay? We can pull some cards, honey. Oh, got the deck upside down. Okay, so, talking to the void. So there, basically, it says left hanging, talking to the void, toxic ties. Okay, so there may be some type of addiction going on with the medication that he is getting. Glow up. Yeah, transformation, inner radiance, confidence. Only when convenient. Ooh, now that's interesting. Only when convenient. So he's getting a glow up. They can come back together with these concoctions that they're trying to dream up. Only when it's convenient. Okay. Used for attention, emotional utility. So we have this one about not, this wasn't love, okay? So we're, this right here is talking about the truth being exposed. Yeah. And we see, this is what we're getting. We're getting hot and cold messages in regards to his health, in regards to the Epstein files, anything they come out and tell us, even that speech is hot and cold. Okay. Oh, wow. So he's living in memories. Okay. And that's dementia. Okay. Your long-term memory is there, but you know eventually that goes too. Okay. So this is talking about being stressed out and rotating scenarios, spinning scenarios in your head, overthinking. Okay. And the cycle repeats. So it talks about him being stuck in a loop. Okay. And it just going around and around in the same old thing. Okay. So that's pretty much the course of dementia. It's definitely his mental health. So, you guys, what I'm getting from here, what I've concluded is that his mental health is what they're worried about his physical health, okay, and he's got some health problems, but his mental health is what's really the problem, and they don't want us to see is his mental health. Okay, they can give him some painkillers to kill the pain. He could stand up straight. He could walk on that leg until the painkiller wears out and everything. Okay, but there's only so much they can do for his mental health. Okay, because eventually the mental health it gets to a point where it's beyond compare. Excuse me, beyond repair. There's no repairing it. Okay. Anybody want to read? Anybody want me to read on somebody? Okay. Beyonce. What y'all want? Jay-Z. Okay. Um, let's see who we can read on real quick, like, because a lot of people have been oh, coming up. Let's do some starry. We're gonna do this stars lighting up the night. Stars lighting up the night. Okay. Tarot. These are tarot cards. And I want to know, okay, Chris Brown and Diddy. Is there some energy between Chris Brown and P. Diddy? They said his new name is Shrimp Diddy, y'all. Wow. What is the energy between Chris Brown and Sean Diddy Combs? What can you tell us? What do you want us to know? Thank you for your answers. We're talking Chris Brown and Sean P. Diddy Combs. What is the energy between these two gentlemen? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. We're going to do this one first, and then I got another one. Oh, I almost forgot. Okay. Chris Brown and Sean Combs. Mm-hmm. Underneath this reading is the Queen of Wands in reverse. The Queen of Wands in reverse. Ooh, okay. Dishonesty, jealousy, manipulation. Okay. That's the energy. Okay. We have the Queen of Swords. in the upright position. Okay. So this right here, speaking truth. Oh, we have the Five of Pentacles being left out in the cold. Loss. This is a loss. Okay. And the Queen of Cups. So we have some emotional loss. And we have the Two of Cups as in an agreement of some sorts between these two. Oh, and the Two of Pentacles. So it was like there was an agreement between those two to balance some money, something with to do with finances. And we have the Sun. And the Wheel of Fortune in reverse. So there was some, okay, here we go. Here's another card, the Knight of Swords. So we have the Knight of Swords and the Queen of Swords. Okay. So it seems like what I'm getting in my intuition is between these two, energetically, it was an agreement, on some money. And it came to light, okay, that somebody was lying. Somebody was lying. Somebody wasn't being honest. Okay. Yeah, we have the Page of Cups. Okay. In that agreement. And that is emotional immaturity. Somebody wearing their heart on their sleeve. I think this represents Chris Brown since he's the younger of the two. Okay. Yeah, the Hangman. Okay. Yeah. And we have the Knight of Wands coming through with that action. Okay. So it looks like Chris Brown did not like the perspective he was seeing, okay, as far as the agreement. Yeah, and the Eight of Cups. So he decided to walk away because it wasn't serving him. Yeah, he decided he walked away. Yeah, and then the World. That was the end of that. Hmm. Yeah, the Seven of Swords. Somebody was cheating. Somebody was stealing. Oh, sorry. The Seven of Wands. Okay, because I'm like, wait a minute, this going on. Chris Brown, the Page of Cups. Okay, no, the Seven of Wands. Okay, so that goes on Chris Brown. Chris Brown felt defensive. Okay, he was on the defensive. Yeah, and the death. Yeah. So he decided to end that and go on with new things. Yeah. There was the Ace of Cups as Temperance. Now, normally, okay, Normally, he would act a fool and jumping all over the place, okay? But apparently, in this situation, he used self control emotionally, okay, and left this situation. So I believe that Chris Brown, okay, the Eight of Wands, yeah, yeah. So there was messaging, word got out, news, whatever you want to call it, okay? In other words, he got the message. He saw what was up with P. Diddy, I believe. That's the impression that I'm getting. Yeah, and then the Six of Swords. See, yeah, he decided to move on. Now he still got his problems, but he took them somewhere else. I guess to the UK. Uh huh. And the Tower. Okay, took it to the UK, and the shit hit the fan because he ended up getting in trouble over there. Okay, and he did got in trouble somewhere else too. Chris Brown, because Chris Brown, like I said, he's emotional. He wears his heart on his sleeve, and he has emotional immaturity. Okay, he's not the only one. Okay, he needs to get. He still is emotionally immature. Okay, but he'll get it together. He'll get it together. Hopefully. Okay. So that's what that was reading on the energy between him and Diddy. Okay, because I hear of Diddy so much in these other young people, but I don't hear as much like with Chris Brown, the energy and what went on between uh, P. Diddy and Chris Brown. And I think that some of these people that you don't normally hear about is because whether they did something or whether they didn't do anything with Diddy, they kind of cut their losses and moved on away from him because, yeah, they could see he was bad juju. So that's probably what it was. Okay. Now, here's what I want to ask. Okay. Let me get some water for this one. In the Epstein files, okay, sorry, I'm just knocking the table. My table just shaking. The Epstein files, okay, I noticed that Michael Jackson's name came up, his piece, his picture in the Epstein files. Now, I don't know if this was at the island or if this was at his house, okay? See, because there's two places that these people are being seen, okay? I heard we got pictures, not just heard, we got pictures of Michael Jackson and Epstein. Okay, I want to know what was the energy with Michael Jackson and Epstein. What was that energy? Ooh, wee. What was the energy between Michael Jackson and Epstein? Okay, what was that energy? What was going on with Michael Jackson and Epstein? What was Michael Jackson doing with Epstein? Okay, was it just party or was it more to it? What was, I don't know if he was on the island. Okay, what do you want us to know with Michael Jackson and Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein. And thank you for your answers. Oh, don't forget to thumbs up the video, you guys. I'd appreciate it. Michael Jackson and Epstein. Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey. Oh, Jeffrey, I wanted to know. Okay. Cut the cards. Oh, see if we go in here. At the bottom of this reading, the Two of Wands in reverse. Now, the Two of Wands is making plans, but it's in reverse. It talks about delays, okay? The Two of Wands in reverse, okay? There was some plans made, but there was delays in the plans, okay? So there was some plans. Let's see. The Magician. Manipulation. The Knight of Wands. Now, the Knight of Wands, but this is in reverse. So it's supposed to be some action, but it's in reverse. So it speaks about some kind of setback. Oh, we got the High Priestess. She's got the secrets. They had secrets? We have the Queen of Swords. Oh, it was some shit going on. Oh, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Now, the Ten of Swords in reverse. Ooh. I think that is some kind of recovery. Let's look at that. So it talks about rock bottom. We have the Empress. Okay. So this talks about opportunities. And the Three of Cups in reverse. Okay. So there's that. It wasn't, I don't know. It looked like it wasn't good. It wasn't good blood between Temperance. Okay. It doesn't seem like it was good blood between him and Epstein. And we have Temperance in reverse. Somebody was getting impatient. We have the Six of Wands. Oh, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay. So that is loss. Okay. If it was upright, it would be victory. But this is loss here. And I don't mean loss monetarily. I mean like loss at a game. Okay. Shame. We have the King of Cups in reverse. Jealousy. And we have death in reverse. We have the Hangman in reverse. And we have the Seven of Swords in reverse. So somebody, Seven of Swords, because make sure it's not the Wands, because I keep mistaking it for the Wands. Somebody got caught trying to get away with something. Somebody got caught being sneaky. Yeah, we got the High Priest. Okay, somebody got caught. This is interesting. And then we have the Four of Swords in reverse. Doesn't seem like it was good juju between those two. And the Nine of Wands in reverse. And the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, I'm getting the picture that somebody tried to get away with something and they got caught. Okay, and excuse me, somebody was also, I don't know who, that's who I'm trying to figure out, but I'm thinking it's Michael's end. Okay, I'm really getting it on Michael's end that he was impatient. Okay, I don't know if he was trying to run some game on Michael or what, and Michael just got tired of the BS. Okay, and to avoid conflict, he didn't want to get into no conflict. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so I take it the Seven of Pentacles in reverse would be bad investments. Reap what you sow, but it's in reverse. And then we have the King of Wands. And we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Hmm. Mm. And then we have the Page of Swords. That's Chatty Patty in reverse, though. In reverse, Chatty Patty. Mm. So I don't know what I'm gonna tell you what I honestly feel because I keep getting the energy of Michael Jackson being mad. He did not like Jeffrey Epstein for whatever reason. Okay, these two, what was going on? I'm going to let me see. I want to get what was the vibe? Let me see. What's the vibe cards? Um. Uh-oh. Hold on, you guys. Now. I know. What's the vibe? Okay. Oh, here it is. Okay. I know. Good and well. Okay. I'm going to check. I want to see because this is pretty interesting as how these cards came out. So I want to know what's the vibe. Okay. And that's this right here with Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein. Can you guys give this video a thumbs up, please? Okay. Can you clarify this read on the energy between Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein? Okay. What was the energy? What was going on between Jeffrey Epstein, okay, and Michael Jackson? Why was Michael Jackson at Epstein's house or his island? What was going on there? What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answer. Can you give us a clarification? Okay. What was the vibe? Oh, y'all being hard headed today. Can I get a thumbs up? I got one thumbs up, and they just, oh my goodness. But anyway, let's carry on. What's the vibe? Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein. Mm. Thank you for your answers. What do you want us to know between these two gentlemen here? What was the vibe? Oh, rejected, self inflicted, left alone, isolated. Ooh, psychopath, abusive and conniving, unpredictable. Today is good vibes, though. Okay. Distance. Okay. So there was some separation between these two. Okay. Yeah, he had to get ghost on him. Karmic. Third parties, haters, lesson learned. Delay, procrastination. Okay. Too busy. So this was a longing, a reunion, okay, of some kind. I don't know. Let's talk. Something about healing, self care, meditation, okay, smelling the roses. So there was a slowing down, okay, cutting ties, nightlife, striptease, gamble. Wow. Envy. There was resentment, competitive, discontent, antisocial. Okay. Uh, I think, and that's the thing I think too. I think that Michael Jackson was not getting the attention he was trying to get, maybe from Jeffrey Epstein. Okay. I think that they were not on the same page as far as what they wanted to get. Okay. And I know Michael Young, and I remember back in those days, he was trying to get ahead because I remember he finally made it with his Off the Wall album. Ever since Michael Jackson came out with that Off the Wall album, honey, he ain't looked back. Okay. Ooh, somebody was clingy. It talks about old exes, dead relationships. Hmm, that's interesting. Interesting. Okay, so somebody was crossing the boundaries. Okay, and like I said, I think it's a Michael has had enough. Enough is enough. Okay, yeah. And I think that he realized that there was consequences from the bad choice he made. I think that uh, he realized that he made a bad choice. Okay, with Jeffrey Epstein, I guess hoping he could be a friend or something like that. Okay, possibilities, follow your dreams. Yeah, he thought he was following his dreams, but I think he realized that Jeffrey Epstein wasn't it. Okay, when it came to Michael Jackson's dreams, yeah, there was loss. Yeah, move on. Nothing to say. Stop calling. So I don't know who stopped calling who was giving who the hand. Okay, but yeah, I think it was Michael. I think by him walking away, he was able to find some type of balance, some type of peace. Yeah, because maybe they were both narcissists, egotistical, opportunists, okay, and fragile at the same time. So I can see this being both of them. Yeah. Thrills, continuous cycles, bad choices, addictions. Yeah, there was deception. Okay, there was definitely deception. So, and like I said, somebody was trying to get away with something and they got caught. Okay, I want to ask another deck, okay, and see what it has to say. And that is my gold deck. And what it could tell us on the Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein situation. Hmm. Yes, got the gold deck right here. See that? Okay. Oh, what's going on? Okay, so let's ask the gold deck. This is my trusty deck right here. What can you tell us? What was the energy between Michael Jackson and Jeffrey Epstein? Okay, what do you want us to know? What was Michael Jackson doing around Jeffrey Epstein? Michael Jackson. See, because I know at that time Michael Jackson was going to, from party to party, radio stations and stuff like that, trying to, get his name out there. Because I remember when he was at that radio station and he had to sit on the floor. The man said, I don't have no chairs. Michael Jackson said, oh, that's okay. Got down there. He had a three-piece suit on, or was it a two-piece? And he sat there on the floor, honey. He was happy the man was even okay. Yeah, I don't know what radio station that was, but yeah, it was a footage. So, what do you want us to know? The dynamics between Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Jackson. And thank you for your answers. Can you guys thumb up the video? Can you give the video some thumbs up? Okay, we're about to read on Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Jackson. I'd appreciate it. I know I haven't been here in a while, okay? Well, not in a while, but in a few days. But can I get another thumbs up? Okay. So, underneath this reading, uh, Okay. Underneath this reading is the Six of Cups in reverse. Okay. So this is letting go of the past and focusing on the future. This talks about maturity and growing up. Okay. So this is letting go of the past. We have the Five of Swords in reverse. And this talks about a peaceful resolution, okay, and moving on, compromise, ending conflict. So apparently, there was some conflict between Jeffrey Epstein and Michael Jackson, and he chose to take the high road. Okay, yes, we have the Two of Wands. See there? He made plans and he moved on. Okay, yeah. So he had to check. Yeah, we have the King of Swords. Okay, and the King of Swords talks about structure, routine, intelligent, rational, logical power. Yeah, that's Michael right there. I'm not saying Jeffrey was dumb, but I'm saying as far as the dynamics with him, he, like I said on the previous reading, that he see that this is not where he was wanted to go. Okay, he was trying to do something for his career, not sit up there and traffic human beings. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. There go Chatty Patty. Okay, so news, patience, talks about inspiration. Okay, thinking before you speak. Don't not getting drawn into arguments. Okay, so not getting drawn into arguments, and just like here with the Five of Swords reverse, avoiding conflict. Okay, yeah, and then we have some with his plans. Okay, I think this right here is action. Okay, yeah, and then we have the Devil in reverse. And this talks about in self-indulgence, excess, clashing, lack of perspective, discord. Okay, so it was just doing too much. Okay, I think okay, it could have been drug related as well. Okay, and that is not what he wanted to do. Whatever it was with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay, this is the vibe I'm getting. Whatever that it was with Jeffrey Epstein, Michael did not want to go that way. He did not want to get into it. Okay, so he fell back. Okay, he fell back. We have the nine, yeah, Nine of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, yeah, and see at that time, Michael Jackson did have a lack of stability. Okay, yeah, his finances was not where he wanted to be. Because at that time with Jeffrey Epstein, okay, Michael Jackson was transitioning from a child entertainer, okay, into being self sufficient, okay. He broke away from being the Jackson Five to being Michael Jackson. Yeah. And then we have the Sun in reverse. So he wasn't getting anywhere with Jeffrey. With that situation, he wasn't getting anywhere. And we have justice. Okay. Oh. Ooh. So there was some situation. Uh-oh. We have justice. So he had some type of situation. Oh. Ooh. With the children. Remember when Michael Jackson, I don't know, I don't think that was around the time he was being sued. Maybe there was something that's happened that we don't know about, we haven't heard about. Okay, here we have the Four Cups. Okay, not being satisfied with what's being offered. This talks about guilt and remorse. And the only time you gonna have guilt and remorse and regret is if you did something you knew you shouldn't have did, allegedly. Okay, he was trying to hold on to something. Okay, he fell back because he was trying to hold on. Okay, to his integrity. Yeah, so he had to fall back from that. He wanted to maintain his control. Yeah. And then we had the world in reverse. Now the world in reverse means it's not over. It is not over. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And it talks about being grounded. Okay. But this is a female. This is female energy coming in. And we have the Queen of Wands. Yeah. So some female energy. And I wonder, is that when he married Lisa Presley? Or got with and I know he got with Brooke Shields. Okay. Mm. Yeah. So we have the Nine of Swords in reverse. So this talks about nightmares, okay, and everything. But when it's in reverse, okay, it's some type of recovery, getting out of a situation, improvement. And we have the Page of Wands, okay. So he maintained his control. He held on to his control and he was able to make plans. See right here with the Page of Wands, and get some action. But we got death. So it was an end and a beginning. And we have the Star in reverse. And we have Judgment in reverse. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Ooh. This talks about malicious gossip, lack of self awareness, unwillingness to learn karmic lessons. Oh, isn't that interesting? When it's all said and done. Oh, that was pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting. So this tells me, okay, I've concluded that there was tension between him and Epstein. Okay, for whatever the reasons, okay, he wasn't getting what he wanted, and I think he was not satisfied, okay, with what was going on, or maybe how he was being handled, okay, or the direction he was trying to go in, because him and Jeffrey was in two different lanes. I could tell you that. Okay. However, I do think that there may have been some situationship, whether it be between Jeffrey Epstein himself or someone at Jeffrey Epstein's stable, okay, that he may have ended up having regrets, but he ended up getting into some trouble, okay, and he had to pay money, so it was a loss. He had to dole out a lot of money, okay, through the court system, okay. So he finally was able to get back on his feet, okay. He got back on his feet, but the problem with Michael was that Michael did not learn his lesson. And what that lesson is what I'm talking about. What I don't know what the lesson is, but whatever it is, he did not learn his lesson. We have the judgment card in reverse. It was like the hangman in reverse. Not okay, refusing to look at things from another perspective, okay? Not seeing the clear picture for whatever reason. Hmm. What else can you tell us as far as Michael Jackson himself? What was Michael Jackson's energy? Okay. There's a lot of rumors out here, and he say, she say. What did the card say? What was Michael Jackson's energy himself? Okay. What was going on in Michael Jackson's world before he passed? Okay. What was that all about? What do you want us to know? Thank you for your answers. What was going on in Michael Jackson's world? What was the dynamics? Mm-hmm. Might as well give a thumbs up. You're still here. Yes. Okay. Mm-hmm. And then this is what and then I'm going to call it a night. Unless somebody has a question they want to ask. Okay. You want to ask something about Michael? Mm-hmm. What do you want us to know? And thank you for your answers. Okay. What was Michael Jackson's energy? Okay, we have the Six of Wands in reverse. Okay, so this is talking about in reverse. Now, if it was upright, the Six of Wands talks about being victorious. Okay, but he was not victorious. Okay, this talks about shame. Okay, infamy. disgrace. What does it say? Being hunted. Not haunted, but hunted. Okay. It starts off with a heavy load, the Ten of Wands. Okay. Now, we definitely know this about Michael Jackson when they talked about his health and that last concert that he was supposed to do. Okay. So, Michael Jackson basically was overburdened and overloaded. He had too many responsibilities and too much stress weighing on him. Okay. Say, we have the Fool in reverse. Michael was showing behavior, risky behavior. Okay. We have the Emperor. Even though he was even though he was burdened and he was doing restlessness and risky behavior, I'm going to bring him as the Emperor, okay, because he shows himself. This is how he wanted people to see him, as an emperor. Okay? Someone who was stable, someone who would protect, an authority figure. Yeah. He wanted to be seen. That's the way he wanted it to be seen. But we have the Queen of Cups in reverse. Okay? But on an adult level, on his emotion, he had emotional immature. Put it to you like that. Okay? Lack of trust and lacking direction. Yeah, we have the Sun in reverse. Yeah, sadness and unrealistic expectations, okay, that were being placed on Michael and that Michael had himself, okay? Yes, difficulty in making decisions with the Two of Swords, okay? He was at a crossroads and he could not make the decision, okay? We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Okay, so it talks about being lazy and impatient, okay, and lacking common sense. And that goes on the Fool in reverse right here. What I told you about the reckless behavior. Yeah. We have the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is going over this Emperor. Okay. So he was chatty. Yeah, he was chatty, honest, truthful. He was candid. He was protective, independent. Yeah, he was that. Okay. He was also what you would call the Knight of Wands, as being energetic, adventurous, and being hasty as well. Even okay, he had that young spirit about him. But emotionally, he was immature. Emotionally. Yeah. And then stick a fork in him. He's done. Okay. This right here, okay, the sun went down on him. Yeah. Backstabbing, betrayal. Yeah. He had a lot of enemies. Yeah. Bitterness. Yeah. Yeah. And we have the magician. Yeah. Manipulation. Oh, yeah. We also have the 10 of Pentacles. So he had plenty of money. He had fame. Okay. He had abundance. Yeah. He had privilege. Oh yeah. Okay. Now we also come with the Seven of Cups in reverse. So there was a section of clarity. Okay, sobriety. Okay, but there also talks about the poor choices. It also checks. It also talks about the um, the lack of opportunities or options. Okay, that he ended up getting. Yeah, and then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Interesting. It talks about investments. Okay, new investments. New investments. Yes, Page of Wands. He's looking at his options. Yes, good news, swift news. And I think that came with that concert when he that contract. Let's keep going here. Let's see if it because this is what I'm thinking. When he did that contract, he was all happy about that contract and he was gonna do these tours and stuff, and it was gonna be what was it called? Uh uh was it the end? What was that tour? That last tour he was doing? Yeah. And he was gonna be hard. Yeah, he was working hard on that. Okay, yep. They even showed the videos, his workout videos and stuff, how he was practicing and his dance move to do that what is it? Michael Jackson, the end tour. Okay. Yeah. And he was looking at his investments. He was looking at his investments. Reap what you sow. Hmm. Okay. So he thought he had found a peaceful resolution, okay, and he was going to avoid conflict that he had at that time. And at that time, Michael was experiencing a lack of money. And it wasn't because he was broke, but the money he was getting, he was spending it too fast. Okay. He was spending. As soon as he get it, they said he's spending it. When he found out about that contract, though, okay, and what really that contract really meant, he wasn't happy with that offer. He wasn't happy with the offer that was being offered to him. Yes, loss, grief, despair, sadness. Uh huh. And we had the high priestess. Okay, the high priestess. See, she let the secrets come out. That contract that Michael Jackson has signed. Okay, and when he was doing his Michael Jackson the End tour, whatever the name of it was, his last tour, and he was all pumped up. He was going to make this money. He got this new opportunity. He's going to go on the road. Okay. But when he found out what the small print, what they were really asking him to do, somebody explained it to Michael. And that is when his world turned upside down. It was a very stressful moment. He was working hard, okay? He was looking at his investments. He was looking forward to the investments. But uh, at the same time, the sun was going down on Michael. He didn't realize it at the time, but the sun was going down, okay? It was betrayal on his plans that he had made, and the high priestess let the secrets out. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, it's in the cards. He was really disappointed when he found out they wanted him to do all those shows that he was going to be going on tour, and he had signed the paperwork. Okay, he must have signed it before he had his lawyers look at it or something, but he was betrayed. Basically, he was betrayed. He was betrayed, and that's what the cards say. So, if you enjoyed this, give the video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, you guys, okay? Because I'm coming out with more, and I'm definitely coming out with more late night tarot because you guys seem to like it, and I really appreciate it. I really do, okay? But with that said, oh, and if you have any requests, if you want me to do a reading or something like that, okay, on whomever, leave it in the comment section and I'll get to it. But most of all, stay blessed. Bye.